Come join me, Andy Baker, every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. for a trip down that rock and roll highway. Classic hits and memories from Australian and overseas artists, interviews, live studio performances, plus a whole lot more. That's Rock and Roll Highway, hosted by me, Andy Baker, every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. on 3NRG 99.3 FM, Sunbury Community Radio. Yes, that's right. I'm here every Tuesday night from 10 p.m. It's now just after 10:30, and I'm waiting for Gwyn to ring through. He's on the Spirit of Tasmania. So with the connection, we don't know how we're going to go, but it's the only time I could get him. We had a big chat on the phone last night for about an hour and reminisced a bit. But if all fails, I'll get him to call me on my mobile and I'll have it on speakerphone and I'll put it through so you'll be able to hear us chatting anyway. So one way or another, we'll have him on air sooner or later. And I've got some of his tracks off his Radiogram album to play you as well. So that's coming up. In the meantime, as always, lots of great hits, classic memories and lots of fun. And heaps of people on Facebook tonight, so that's good. We'll keep rolling. And here's a bit of TMG. Heart of Stone, you're on 3NRG 99.3 FM, and he's Rock and Roll Highway. All right, guys, we're on here. I've got Gwyn on the other line. Now, we're trying to hook this up, so we'll see how we go with this. You there, Gwyn?
Yeah. I'm here. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, mate. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, we've got contact. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Gwyn Ashton back in Australia, mate. How's it been so far, mate?
It's been great. I'm on a ferry at the moment from Tasmania, from Devonport to Melbourne, and my Aussie phone's not working, so I've got my English phone. And I'm calling back to England, and then I've got an internet hookup from England back to Melbourne. So there you go, technology, and it's connecting us. We got it.
This is amazing, guys. There you go. It can be done on the Spirit of Tasmania after all. All right, look, Gwyn, we'll get through a bit of this stuff here tonight with you so that the people can get an idea of what you've been up to. When I last saw you, that was about 19 years ago, and I remember you had big dreams of going overseas and doing it all, and you certainly have, buddy. How's it been over there during the time?
It's been fabulous. I mean, it's been up and down as well, but I just chucked all my stuff on the ship, and I went via America, because the ship took a couple of months to get all my stuff over. And I ended up just getting a ticket to LA, and then 5 weeks later I had a ticket from New York to London. And I just thought, I'm just going to bum around America for 5 weeks and just see where I end up. And I ended up making friends with all these people, and one of them gave me, he was a Chinese guy in San Francisco, and he was kind of following me around all night. And I thought, what's this guy? What's he doing? And he came up to me at the end of the night, and he said, my name's Bobby Murray. I'm the guitar player with Etta James.
Wow.
And I think my record company in New York might really like you. So here's their card. So, cut a long story short, I called them up, and they said, chuck us a couple of CDs in the mail. So I did that, and I called them back, and they said, yeah, love the stuff. Come down to New York. We're going to get you a little showcase thing happening. And they put out my first 2 albums as a compilation, and that got some pretty good reviews around Blues Review magazine and Living Blues in America.
Fantastic.
And then they gave me a couple of phone numbers of some contacts to get in touch with when I got to England. So I looked at the list, and one was Pete Brown, who wrote Sunshine of Your Love and White Room and Tales of Brave Ulysses and all these songs for Cream. And I ended up at his house jamming with him, and he was on percussion.
Right.
And I looked around, and there's this 412 Marshall speaker box, and it's got Cream stenciled on the back. And I just thought, wow, rock royalty here. I'm in the lap of the legends, if you know what I mean. I do. I mean, I remember those nights we sat up talking about all that sort of stuff, and it all became a reality for you, bud. Oh, yeah. It's just stuff I always wanted to do, and getting a chance to live in the dream. So anyway, the other phone number on this list was a guy called Jerry McAvoy, who, of course, played bass with Rory Gallagher for 20 years. He was my hero, as a lot of people know. And I ended up joining Rory's band after he died, replacing Brian Robertson from Motorhead and Thin Lizzy, fronting the band of friends, playing Rory's stuff for 5 years across Europe, just as a sideline, while I was doing my own thing as well. And I also replaced, because they had 2 guitar players. One was Brian Robertson, and the other was Robbie McIntosh, who played with Paul McCartney and John Mayer and all sorts of people like that. So, there was pretty cool stuff going on over there, and I've just been touring around Europe for the last 19 years.
And so did you get management to get you around Europe?
I got agents in different places. I'm still self-managed. I got my own small record label that I just release my own stuff on. I've got distribution, and I'm not a very good record company. It's just to get my stuff out there.
Well, why not, mate? That's the way to go.
But, it's got me touring with Peter Green and Johnny Winter, Mick Taylor, the Yardbird.
Oh, stop it. I'm jealous.
Yeah, lots of people like that, huge buddy guy. I mean, the first gig I had in France was I was opening for Buddy Guy, and Mick Taylor went on before me, and it was like, wow, that's so cool. You know?
So how do you...
Of course, Mick Taylor wasn't too happy about it.
Just to give the guys out there a bit of an inner look at what we go through. Like, I know how I feel when I meet people that I've always looked up to all my life. How do you feel? And then you're just about to go on, and these guys are there.
It makes you very humble. I mean, you think, well, I've got these records, sticky fingers or whatever, you know, and here I am doing it. But quite frankly, what you're really thinking when you go on is, I hope the equipment doesn't break down, and let's get out there and rock.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen. I've had some horrendous stuff happen on stage.
Yeah.
Not all the time, of course, but occasionally you get that.
No, but I always knew you'd make it, Gwyn. That's for sure, mate. From going back from the early days of Joey's, all those late nights, I knew.
Oh yeah, were they great?
Yeah, they were
great. We had a blast, mate.
Great memories, and there's a lot of people tuning in tonight that I know made the special effort of listening in that used to come along to Joey's. So there you go.
Yeah, well, they should all come out
and
tomorrow night to the gig, eh?
Well, I'm going to be mentioning where you are and everything as well, and I'll certainly be there, bud. I'm coming along to the Boogeyman Bar.
Great.
Yeah, that's Thursday night, guys, at 8 p.m. The Boogeyman Bar's 160 Hoddle Street in Abbotsford. Small little bar.
I've got 7 gigs over the weekend.
Yeah, I know. You've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Detroit Rock? The Geelong Motor City?
Yeah. The Motor City in Geelong, yeah.
And before I forget too, you mentioned...
Yeah, that should be a blast too.
That'll be wild, man. That'll be fantastic. Last night when we were talking, you mentioned something about... You'd better let the listeners know in case, with the SB not going ahead or something?
Oh, no, it is. It is
going ahead now.
We've worked it out.
Yep, good.
Yeah, I got 3 gigs that day, so it's going to be a bit of a... I need a roadie. I need someone to lift my bass drum in. Yes, I'm playing bass drum.
All right, I'll tell you what, look, we'll get back to why we're really here tonight, to help you out and promote your, I must say, wonderful album, Radiogram. Can you tell the listeners a little bit about this, and then we'll get into a few of the individual songs. First of all the players you used on the album and how it came about.
Okay, well, to start with, I got my own mobile recording set up, so I have a friend in Oxfordshire, in England, who has a farm. So me and the drummer went around, and the previous album was a duo album with another drummer, a young guy who was also a singer with Robert Plant's son. That was Two Man Blues Army, and so I was going to do another. I was going to do another power duo sort of album, and then I got a bit carried away. So we recorded the whole thing, just the two of us, and a guy gave me a microphone, an EV mic, that was the actual microphone that Brian Connolly from The Sweet used for all the hits that they did back in the 70s, and it was that microphone. I could still taste his spit. If that doesn't put you off.
Nothing will.
Yeah, and it's funny because I bought a drum kit as well, and it's a 63 Ludwig that Bill Ward used on the Paranoid album, so I go out with that live as well.
Oh.
So I'm playing that bass on stage, and whoever plays drums with me gets to play it.
Well, I want to smell it.
Europe, so.
On Thursday night, I'm going to come up for a quick smell.
Sure you do. So anyway, we recorded the album, and we did it live just in this house with a few mics scattered around the place. And then I thought, I'm going to put bass on this, so I went out and bought a couple of basses, and I put bass on it. And then I thought, well, it'd be really nice to have some of the people play on it that I've been playing with. And so I've been doing some shows with a guitar player, English guy by the name of Robbie Blunt, who is a fantastic guitar player, and he played with Robert Plant.
Yeah. Yep.
Back in the 80s. So Pictures at 11 and all those albums. I go around his house, and show him new guitars and stuff. And
just to butt in for a sec.
that I bought, and pedals.
Gwyn,
yeah?
I remember last night when we were talking, I told you that I was lucky enough to meet the boys after the Robert Plant concert in 85. And I got to meet got to meet Robert, obviously, and then my matey, who was another guitarist, took me over, and I started having a chat with Robbie Blunt. Fantastic bloke.
Yeah, he is. He's wonderful, and a great guitar player too.
Yeah.
very underrated, and he played with Clannad and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. He did something with them as well, and lots of people. And so we got together. I went around his house and I played him the song, and he said, "Well, let's structure something here." So I took my laptop around there and a couple of little preamp things, and I played the lap steel guitar on it, and he played my old Strat that I used to have back in Australia. We got all that down. Then I went to America to get it mixed, and while I was over there, I was thinking it'd be really cool to get Kim Wilson to play harmonica on this. So we went round his house, did the same thing with Kim in California, and we got him on it. And then I rang Don Airy up, and he played on my Prohibition album back in 2006, along with Chris Glenn and Ted McKenna from the sensational Alex Harvey band.
And of course, Don Airy played with all the...
played with Rory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had these guys play on that, and so I rang Don up and I said, I've got a song, it'd be really cool if you played on that. That's going to be the next single, actually, off Radiogram. It's called For Your Love. It's not the old Yardbird song. It's kind of a psychedelic Abbey Road thing with a big fat Hammond organ on it, and it's Don. And it's like, whoa, he plays in Deep Purple. And I got him.
Wow.
And then a couple of other people, Johnny Mastro from the Los Angeles band Mama's Boys played harmonica on another track. And somebody, Mark Stanway and Mo Birch. Now, with Robbie, Mark and Mo, they were half of the Honey Drippers.
Oh, with Robert Plant.
Band.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Mark plays in a band called Magnum. I don't know if you know those guys.
I do. A great band.
Symphonic British band.
Yep.
We went on tour with them back in 2011, right across Denmark and Sweden and Germany and all through the UK with all the O2 academies. And I've been touring with Status Quo before that, Wembley and the NEC and whatnot. So it's just really cool stuff that goes down over there.
Fantastic. Excellent.
So anyway, Mark played on half the album. He played piano and some Hammond on a couple of tracks. And Mo Birch used to sing with Culture Club and Go West and Paul Rogers, and did backups with Robert Plant, and she did backing vocal on the album too. So it's a nice little family of musicians. You know, my friends. Mark's also my chiropractor. I go around and lie on his table.
And knowing you'd need a...
two people
You'd need a... From what I remember, you'd need a chiropractor regularly.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Listen, mate...
I had it mastered over in Australia, actually. Don Bartley at 301, he did all the cultures and stuff, and many albums. He whacked it on 2-inch tape, and I've released it through Proper Records. It's available in Australia through Planet MGM. And Proper have got Jimmy Vaughan and Bonnie Raitt and all these people, so I figured they were a good distributor to get involved with. And now I'm over here promoting. I'm doing it. I stripped all the songs down off all my albums and doing a one-man show, starting off acoustically, getting with David Lindley, Ben Harper and Zone, and then getting a bit grungy with some fuzz electric stuff and bass drum and octave dividers and loopers and tape echoes and all sorts of stuff. So it's quite a across-the-boards kind of show.
Fantastic.
Try to be as eclectic as possible.
So the album itself, how's it done overseas for you? Like, chart-wise, has it charted in many countries?
Well, I mean, not really. It's done okay. You know, it's sold out a few times, and I've had to get repressings.
Well, that's,
so I guess
that's good.
Says something.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, record sales are pretty down, unless you're a big band. These days. I mean, who really sells that many records?
Yeah.
Like Beyonce or something. You know, kids. The whole last 2 generations have grown up with downloads and piracy and stuff.
It's a whole different world, yeah.
Considering that, the amount of touring I do, I tour extensively across Europe and Russia and over to Brazil now and then. So I just stuff them all in a bag and sell them on the road, really. That's where most of my sales are. That's where most of anybody's sales are.
And how do you find the scene, the blues scene in Melbourne at the moment and also around Australia? Because it's picked up a bit, I've noticed, in the last few years.
Yeah, it's very, very positive, and it's very... I mean, I recognise some of the people out there, but I pick up the press and have a look and go, who's that? Who's that? I don't know that name. But the roots and blues thing, it looks like it's picked up a lot. Guys like John Butler and Ash Grunwald and Jeff Lang and all these guys have really sort of kicked it for six, haven't they? They've sort of got the whole thing going, and good on them. They're all great players.
Yeah, no, I've definitely noticed a surge in the blues scene happening at the moment. We've got Baz here that does a show before me, as you know, Blues in the Hill, and he's always given it a good push as well. And I think there's a strong push for blues music, which is a good thing. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, because on these commercial stations,
Radiogram's more of a Radiogram kind of got an underground theme of the blues, but it's more of a 70s rock album.
That's what I found.
I was aiming at for a bit more of a mainstream thing. I like to write songs, I love playing the blues. I'll never stop doing that. We also like people to play it on rock radio stations and whatnot. I've even been doing hardcore punk rock 16-year-old gigs in England, in like places like Leicester and Sheffield and whatnot. And all these kids, they're saying, "Hey, you're just like Jack White," and it's better than when I had the old guys playing with me. Hey, my dad would really like you.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah. I'd rather have the young guys say, "Hey, we can identify with this." So
I get the same stuff doing my gigs at the moment. Doing cover songs. You always get the kids coming up and then, "Oh, I love you, man. Really dig the band, man.
Yeah.
Can we get some photos?"
You're great.
The ego all happens, and then the next thing they say is, "Oh yeah, look, my dad's going to love these photos."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, thanks a lot. Oh man. Well, look, my personal favourite off the album is "For Your Love," and that's your latest single, isn't it?
It will be. We're just doing a video for that. I've got a new one that I'm not even going to talk about, but I'm really excited about it. It's just been mixed in Los Angeles by a guy who has had several Grammys, including Rod Stewart's Great American Songbook album.
Oh, wow.
And that's kind of a revolver psychedelic Beatles sort of thing. So that's as far away from the blues as you can get, apart from the fuzzy Jeff Beck sort of solo I stuck in the middle of it. So I'm looking forward to getting that one out. But nobody's going to hear that for a few months.
Yeah, well, you can pass it on to me, bud, when you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll definitely give it a plug. And
you can have exclusive Australian first crack at it.
Oh, fantastic, mate. And don't forget to put a few kisses on the cover for me as well, all right?
Yeah, why not?
Listen, I was going to ask you about when you leave Australia. I noticed you're going over to tour Brazil.
No. Well, I'm hoping to later in the year.
Yeah.
But I've got shows in April. That's the only reason I'm going back at the end of March, because I could have gone up to Queensland and my agent had all sorts of stuff ready for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got April booked through Czech Republic, Poland, and Slovakia, and I love that part of the world. The people are so into the music.
Yeah, responsive.
And they absolutely. They're so artistic and just lovely people. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm actually doing it with a band, and my boys from Brazil are coming over, Arthur and Bernardo, who are fabulous musicians. I might even bring them over to Australia one day, but we've got, I'll tell you what, we got cracking musicians in Adelaide, Melbourne and Sydney, not to mention the rest of the country, but
totally agree.
Nobody should underrate the quality of musicianship of the Aussies, because they're far better players for the sort of music I like to do anyway than many many other parts of the world. I mean, Europeans love this sort of stuff, but their big thing is jazz music or classical or heavy metal.
Yeah, yeah.
The blues thing is kind of this feel thing that, you know, they got the polkas going, okay, but...
So they don't actually feel it. They don't feel it like a lot of Aussie blues musos would hear. Like, they actually get what blues is about. Where over there, they sort of hear it and they get an idea of it, but they don't really feel it. Is that what you're saying, basically? Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you know what it's like yourself, you know, being around for a long time.
Mm.
We had all those 6 nights a week gigs and then up all night at these all-night joints like Gullies or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
The Mansell Room in Sydney. I mean, coming out of there at 7 in the morning, it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
They've never had that over there.
Mm.
You know, I do gigs in Europe and what time is the gig tonight? 7 o'clock. What time do we finish? 8. Where are we going afterwards? Back to the hotel. Really?
Yeah, there's no...
So they've never had that hangout, kick-ass sort of spirit that we've got, because we've got to haul our butts out of bed in the morning and drive, you know, to the next joint after a night of sticky carpets, you know.
Well, especially when you're touring up far north and you've got those drives between gigs that are like 10-hour drives. In Europe, you'd be in 2 countries, wouldn't you?
And long set. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do 4 countries in a day.
Yeah, wow.
But, you know, doing those the long graveyard shift sort of gigs that we always did, that really makes you a better musician than, you know, those other guys go to music colleges and whatever, and they're really good. I mean, you wouldn't believe how good some of these bands are. But they still haven't got that
they haven't lived it.
Road warrior.
Yeah, they're not streetwise to it. They haven't lived it.
No, they haven't had to go to some sleazy roadhouse at 2 o'clock in the morning and bat away all the March flies and the Christmas beetles off the windscreen of the car, you know.
Yeah.
Get the shovel out and scrape them off the windscreen.
Yeah.
So, nothing like that over there. But,
so,
you know, as I said, beautiful people, they love music and they're very supportive and they buy CDs and they're very welcoming, you know.
It keeps you going, buddy. That's what it's all about. And you were saying to me last night, actually, with our little chat, that you're thinking of coming back to Australia a bit more regularly now.
Yeah, I want to do that, but I forgot I forgot like how most of the gigs over here. It's like going to. You have to play loud to get above everybody talking. It's like going to a high school canteen. Doing an acoustic gig here.
You got to love Aussie crowds, but you must love that, playing to the boisterous crowds, and you know, being back in Australia and you can hear those Aussie accents. You must be loving it.
Oh yeah, it's great.
You can't beat a good
the Europeans.
Yeah, you can't beat a good crowd of Aussies that have had a gut full of beer, that are behaving themselves, of course, and they're just sitting there. Hey, go Gwyn, we love you, buddy. Hey, man, you know.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, it's all good.
All right, mate.
You know, it's all the different things in life that make the whole world a great place to be in.
Fantastic, mate. You're definitely lucky, mate. You're doing a great job. You're touring around the world and you're living the dream that a lot of us would have loved to have lived, I'm sure. And this album, Radiogram, it's a... Sorry?
But you can still do it. Come on over.
I know. I remember all those years back, we were having those late night chats, and you just got to, LA was it? When you first hit LA, wasn't it? Or New York, and I remember you ringing me that night and telling me about the room that they gave you, and it was awful.
Yeah. Well, I went to LA on the way here this time.
Yeah.
So I left January 16 or something.
Really,
went to the NAMM show. I nearly got mugged in Los Angeles, and the guy sort of got away. He was going to pull a gun out on me, and I jumped in another car and we zapped around. I said, "Hey, he's got a gun." No. So I got around the corner and I thought, oh no, I just put my guitar in the car and my bag, my iPhones and wallet and the whole bit. And so I said, we're going to go back to my car, I've got to get it now. You know, so we zapped around the corner, went back, and I got back to the car and looked in at nothing was on. Saw this guy off And so I just want to get out of there. I had enough of that day. So,
We're starting to break up a little bit, Gwyn.
oh, sorry.
That's
Can you hear
better.
me now?
Yeah, you got to talk on the
Okay.
phone, bud.
Yeah, I am. I got my head right up against the window on the ferry.
So what's the weather like on the ferry tonight, bud? I've been on the last time we toured.
It's dark.
Yeah, well, we know that, but I remember touring Tassie on the old Abel Tasman. We went across quite a few times on those really rough seas. Is it calm?
Yeah, it's fine.
No seasickness?
Yeah, I just saw a terrible movie.
What was it?
I don't know what it was called. It just they got a cinema, a theatre sort of thing.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
hey,
this guy ended up ripping the door handle off the rental car that I had in LA, and I spent 3 days trying to fix that. So, yeah, it was an interesting trip over.
oh, no, I remember we we chatted like 2 or 3 in the morning, and you said, "Come on, Andy, get your shit together, come over." And I said, "Yeah, I got it," but at the time I couldn't get the money together, and was running amok here in Melbourne, so I would have liked to have done it actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because I know the rock scene over there would have been right up my alley. I would have loved mixing with some of the crew you've been talking
it's all
about.
changed in the last 20 years, though.
Yeah.
It's a real do-it-yourself market now. You have to do everything. I mean, those days of big record company advances and stuff, they're all over.
All gone, yeah?
You have to be pretty clever with marketing, social media stuff, and really pushing yourself forward. I mean, the internet is sort of like a double-edged sword. It's allowed everybody the same opportunity, but it's also, with all the technology, it's allowed everybody can make an album now, and people have got to sift through a lot of stuff that isn't, necessarily very good to get to the gold. So it's tough out there for everybody. So
I just want to ask you a question, just an opinion from your angle. Have you heard that number one track, the one with Rihanna and Kanye West and Paul McCartney? Have you heard that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, it's called 4 or 5 seconds to whatever. I was going to ask you, what the hell does Paul McCartney do on that song? It's like...
I don't know, but they didn't ask me to play on it.
That's what you need, you see. You got to start mingling with Katy Perry, Rihanna, the Kardashians, and you'll be a hit.
Yeah, I can see me. I got the vibe. You want to get them to call me?
Yeah, all right. I'll.
You got their number?
Yeah, I've got Kim Kardashian's number. I'll give you a buzz later on. Okay.
I don't even listen to the radio. I don't know what's on there.
Yeah, no, you're better off, mate. The only radio I ever listen to is when I come in the studio here and 3NOG and...
I listen to you, of course.
Of course. Community radio, mate, only way to go, because the commercial stations play nothing but that new crap, so...
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant mainstream radio. I mean, I haven't got time for that.
We're lucky here too, because we've got Baz, who promotes a lot of the blues things, and, he's fantastic, and, he's had... Russell Morrison a few times, and Joe Camilleri, and he's had Sugarcane Blues played at Ide, and tonight I've got you in, and obviously next time you're in town and we can arrange it, I'd love nothing more than have you in the studio here playing some of the stuff live. We'll have a ball.
That'd be great. I could have done that on the ferry over the telephone with my guitar.
Well, yeah.
But I think I'd get some pretty weird looks.
Yeah. Well, you could serenade me you could go out on deck and serenade me. I'd love that.
I couldn't look into your eyes.
All right, mate. Look, I'll tell you what, because I want to give the guys a sample of your stuff off the Radiogram album, so I'm going to be playing your tracks, and I'll give them an idea of your dates and everything and that. But listen, guys,
that's fantastic. Everyone
listening in tonight, this is Gwyn, top bloke. I can vouch for that. He's a genuine Aussie, and I forgot to mention, he was given... you were inducted into the South Australian Music Hall of Fame. Round of applause out there.
Yeah.
I can hear him. There you go. I can hear him from here.
That was lovely.
How did that feel, by the way?
It was so funny. Oh, well, it was wonderful. It's an honour. To start with, I thought, what am I doing there? But apparently they think I'm a pretty good representative for Aussie music abroad. So that's kind of the angle that I was inducted in, which is really nice. I just happened to be at the sound check, and the guys from the Masters Apprentices were there, and the Today Tonight film crew were there, and the guys from the Masters asked me to front them, and we did. I got on the telly with the Masters Apprentices, and that's an honour because Jim was a great friend of mine. It's such a sad blow to the world of music, and
I think we all took it hard when he passed on. He was that was a pretty sad moment. Yeah, we've lost.
That was terrible.
While you've been away, we've lost a few. You know, Daryl Cotton, Jim Keys, Doc Neeson, Harvey James. It's quite
Pete Wells.
Yeah, Pete Wells. Chrissy Amphlett.
Boys, you know.
But that's why we've got to keep punching.
And that's one reason. That's one reason I've decided I want to come back more frequently, because, you know, I've still got some friends left out there, and I want to see them before they all pop off.
Well, you'll still be seeing me, mate, because I've got no intentions of popping off.
Good.
And
you really, it brings into perspective how fragile life really is.
Yeah.
And how we got to care for each other. You know, it's really important.
And I always think,
when you're young and full of life, going to Joey's or whatever, you don't even think that you could be dead tomorrow.
No, true.
Reality is such a blow.
I think you'd be the same as me, but I tend to, you know, after 40 years and still doing it, I'm sort of, lots of moments, I just sit in bed some nights and I just think how lucky we're still around. And I look back at, and you really realise all the good friendships and people you've known through those years, and you cherish them. And look, you know, we've known each other for over 20 years now, and it's just like, you know, you were sitting here with me now, just talking on the phone. So that music connection.
You don't sound any different.
Well, even to you. Look, I can't wait, really. I can't wait to see you on Thursday night down at the Boogeyman Bar. I know Joe Galtieri and quite a few others. We're all going to rock on down, and it'll be like an old Joey's reunion anyway.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Bring the sticky carpet.
Yeah, I'll
a couple of pool tables.
Yes, we'll do that for sure, bud. And I'll be plugging it before I go fair quite a few times, and I'll play some of your songs off the album as well shortly. But what else can I say, Gwyn? You're a real ledge, mate, and I think you deserve all the success you're getting, and we should be proud of in Australia, and I know we are. And you thoroughly,
thank you.
You thoroughly enjoy that Music Hall of Fame award, because I think they hit it on the head. You know, you're out there. You've been out there for a long time. You're giving the music to the world out there, and you're an Aussie. So,
yep, doing my best.
Says it all.
But, you know, something I need to add about all of this is I've noticed, you know, I've done a few radio things since I've been back, and Melbourne has got the best underground community radio network system possibly on the planet.
Well, that's good.
For roots music, blues and rock, whatever. I can't believe the amount of airtime is devoted to roots music and blues music.
Yeah, well,
in England, I mean, you got a country the size of, you know, Tasmania or something.
Yeah,
that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you got millions of people there, and you got like a couple of radio stations. You know, you get one guy on the BBC, Paul Jones. He's got like an hour a week, and that's all they got. You know, but there's a few more small things, but nothing like the scene in Melbourne. You know, with the camaraderie, I guess that everybody sort of shows.
Yeah, and respect,
and the devotion to pushing music, and it's really, really nice. You know, it's almost like Austin, Texas, or something used to be. Yeah,
well, I'll be honest.
Good on you for having your show too.
Well, look, you know, I took this on. You know, I do heaps of gigs on the weekends these days, and I'm always busy. And you know, I don't come good till Wednesday, but some Tuesday nights I come in, I'm still wrecked from the weekend. It's gigs. But the thing I found by getting into this for me was personally, I get a lot out of it. Doing this with you now, and I had the privilege of playing Jeff Duff's latest CD the other week, and he sent me a special, personally signed letter. He sent it to my place, and he wrote it in calligraphy. I mean, you know,
Wow.
Yeah, you know, I cherish that, and I love what he's doing now.
Absolutely.
You know, the guy's a legend. So for me to be able to talk about guys like yourself and Jeff Duff and Harry Bruss also, I've been playing his new CD, and you know, I look forward to the Tuesday nights coming in to do it because I've got the passion for it, and like you said, it's camaraderie, it's friendship, and it just makes me feel part of it all, and it's a good world we live in. You know, that's basically what it's all about for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
I might still be around next Tuesday night because after the weekend, my next gig's not until Canberra on like the 12th or something. So I don't know what the date is. But,
well, see how you go.
Yeah.
If you can organise to come in, mate, it'd be a pleasure. That'd be fantastic.
Bring a guitar in and play you a couple of songs, look into your eyes, bring some candles.
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to drink. Not allowed to drink in the studio. That's the only bummer, but that's okay, mate. I'll do it straight. For a change.
Sounds good, mate.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen out there, this has been Gwyn Ashton, and I'll be playing some tracks off his fantastic new album, Radiogram. We're all going to go out and buy it because you're going to love it, and I'll give you the dates where he's playing, and if you can come out and join us, we'll make it a big party night out at the Boogeyman Bar in Hoddle Street on Thursday night, even better. And
Thursday night, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, and if we're lucky enough, we might even get Gwyn to come in next Tuesday night and play a few tunes.
Yeah, well, I might get you up Thursday night to sing a song.
Yeah, well, not that I was going to ask or anything. I was just going to jump up and grab the mic anyway, you know me.
Well, you could do that.
Like the old days. But, no, I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, look, I'll be quite happy just to sit back and enjoy you doing your thing, mate, because I've seen you for so long. It'll be just a pleasure to have a beer or two and just sit back and enjoy it. It'd be great.
Let's take it as it comes, because I want to catch up with lots of old friends, so come on out, Melbourne.
Yeah.
I miss you all.
Yep, for sure, buddy. All right, well, enjoy your trip on that ferry. Don't get seasick, and we'll be catching you Thursday, and I'm sure lots will be out at the the Geelong Showgrounds over the long weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got 7 gigs in 3 days. So 3, 6, 7, yeah.
So we're gonna.
I've got 3 on Saturday, a couple on Sunday.
Well, this is going to help a lot because it's posted on my page, and we've posted up on heaps of other pages. So I'm sure through tonight you're going to get heaps more that are going to come along and catch you, bud. It's going to be great.
Fantastic, and I've got gwynashton.com as well. I'm fully interactive. I've got people can do blogs. They can join my mailing list. They can just
and
say howdy. They don't have to be on Facebook or anything.
We'll let them know. Actually, before we go, let them know your details of anything they want to purchase or contact you. How can they do that?
No, they can just send a message through my website. Just gwynashton.com. It's a fully interactive website. I got all new videos up there, new pictures, and my friend Hannah in Prague she did a bunch of photography for me and set the website up, and it's a great website.
Yeah, I've seen it myself. It's fantastic. Well, now you've told them, they'll all get out and check it out, and hopefully you'll have a few more sales because they can buy your albums through that as well. Yeah, you got links to where they can get
naked pictures of me and everything.
Oh well, that'll be a bonus. Well, now you're going to actually get the site shut down. It'll be overrun by people. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Thursday night, bud. All right, thanks, mate. See ya. All right, guys, we just had Gwyn Ashton there, and really enjoyed that. Had a great one. I really looking forward to Thursday night, and I'm going to play some of his tracks. This is the first single he had off the Radiogram album. It was called Little Girl. I'll be back shortly. This is 3NRG 99.3 FM, and it's Rock and Roll Highway with Andy Baker.
I'll be all excited, and my head's all bent over. Ain't nothing in this world gonna keep me from my little girl.
Better music variety. Energy FM.
Just who you really are. Did you think that you would get this far? I gotta tear myself away from you. I have no idea what you're trying to do. You got me down on my bended knees. even see my point of view. It don't make no difference to you. Never listen to a word I say. I don't know how I can go on this way. No way. You got me down on my bended knees. I don't wanna fall in love like this. Held on way too long with just one kiss. Found it much too hard to resist, but I don't wanna fall in love. Don't wanna fall in love like this. You got me down on my bended knees. I don't wanna fall in love like this. Held on way too long with just one kiss. Found it much too hard to resist, but I don't wanna fall in love. Don't wanna fall in love. I don't wanna fall in love like this. Held on way too long with just one kiss. Found it much too hard to resist, but I don't wanna fall in love. Don't wanna fall in love like this. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I don't wanna fall in
Hume City is a unique place to visit with an abundance of contrasting experiences. Sample award-winning wines at the cellar doors of historic wineries. Visit the birthplace of cricket's ashes. Brush shoulders with retired racehorse champions, or simply enjoy the many cycling and walking paths. From bluestone architecture to flora and fauna, there is something for everyone to enjoy. Ideal if you're thinking about a short break away, and perfect for /tourism. Visit the Sunbury Visitor Information Centre at 43 Macedon Street, Sunbury, or call 1800 677 995. Operated by a friendly team of volunteers, the centre is open 7 days a week from 9am to 5pm. Hume City, proud to support 3NRG 99.3 FM.
Hi, Joanne here from Telstra Store Broadmeadows with a question for you. When was the last time you looked at your home phone and internet services? You may be eligible to connect to a Telstra Home Bundle and receive our new exciting devices like T-Hub, the home phone of the future, or T-Box, which brings internet entertainment direct to your TV. Come in and chat to one of our friendly experts about your communication needs at Telstra Store Broadmeadows, 1099 Pascoe Vale Road. Telstra Store Broadmeadows, the down-to-earth, personalised advice. Proud supporters of 99.3 FM Sunbury Radio.
Hey Phil, what sort of signs do you do? The stickers or hand painted?
I do both, mate. Computer cut vinyl and hand painted.
Oh, so you're a real sign writer?
Yeah, mate, so beware of imitations.
Phil Roberts Signs and Pictorials were established in Sunbury in 1986, specialising in shop fronts, vehicles, A-boards, banners, large-scale wall jobs and many more. Phil offers a reliable service with free quotes at very reasonable prices and has over 30 years' experience. You can phone Phil on 0417 334 719 or email on prsigns@bigpond.com.
I also heard you specialise in murals.
That's right, mate.
Can you paint Elle Macpherson naked for me?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I might catch cold.
Phil Roberts Signs and Pictorials are proud sponsors of 3NRG.
Welcome back, guys. This is Rock and Roll Highway, and it's now 28 minutes past 11. Had to get through a few of the ads there. Actually, time got away, and probably could have chatted with Gwyn for another hour or so. But that's what it's like when you're talking to good old mates and you have a lot in common. And I really enjoyed that. So that's a start. That's my opener, as they say. That's my first talkback interview, and I've got heaps more coming up. And next in line, I'll try and track down Jeff Duff. And he wanted to do one, so hopefully I can get a hold of him and we can talk about his latest album that I've been flogging. Also Harry Brusson, and I've got heaps of others queuing up now, so it's getting better all the time, and I really enjoy the phone interviews. They're great. You get a sort of insight from one muso to another, I suppose, and they can talk about their albums or their new releases, and basically it's just a rootsy, all out there sort of interview, and just felt like me and him were just chatting in the lounge room. It was great. So the bonus is that he's going to make time. He just said before he hung up that he'll make time to try and get up here next Tuesday night and do a few songs live on his acoustic with me. So that'll be fun. So we'll see how we go. But don't forget, if you want to catch him Thursday night, and also myself and Joey and a few other people, we're all heading down to the Boogeyman Bar, which is located at 160 Hoddle Street in Abbotsford. And Gwyn kicks off at 8 o'clock. And like he said, I'll probably get up and do a song or two with him. Why not, just for old time's sake? And it's going to be a blast. So I won't get a chance to catch him anywhere else in Melbourne. So I'll be there. That's this Thursday night from 8 at the Boogeyman Bar, 160 Hoddle Street, Abbotsford. Otherwise, check out his touring listing. I've got it posted on my page and it's all over Facebook. He's got about another 20 gigs left while he's in Australia. So I know he's doing 3 at the Geelong Showgrounds over the long weekend. And then he's got the SB, which he's going to fit in. He told me last night he mightn't have been able to fit it in because he's got 2 other gigs on that day as well. So that one is going ahead. So there'll be plenty of places to catch him. Look, he's a great guy, and we get on like a house on fire, and very genuine, and he writes from the heart, and it's just good rock and roll. Like he said, he's a blues man, but he didn't want to make it too bluesy, and he's been mingling and working with some of the greats overseas, and good on him, because I do remember when we sat up late that morning and he told me he was leaving and he was going, and he was trying to drag me by hand and foot to go over with him. Rang me from over there quite a few times and told me to get it together and go over, so I could have been doing it with him over there. But on the other hand, I'm quite happy with what I've achieved here while I've been here, so it's all good. And I really appreciate your comments about the interview. Like I said, it was my first one live to air, and it means a lot that you all enjoyed it. And like I said, there'll be heaps more to come, and I'm really looking forward to interviewing Jeff Duff. I think that one will be a scream. So hopefully I can tee that up soon. All right, I'm going to get back to Gwyn's album, and I'm only playing stuff off his latest album, Radiogram, because that's what he's promoting, and we chatted about that. So I haven't got Mercury Blues or any other stuff that he does. But this is all his original stuff off the new album. And those are the first 2 tracks you heard. One was called Little Girl and followed by Don't Want to Fall. This next track's called Fortunate Kind. And then I'm going to finish off with his latest single off that album, which is a bit more psychedelic. And that one's called For Your Love. So they're queued up, coming up next. And it's been an absolute blast tonight. I'm really enjoying it. And you're listening to Rock and Roll Highway with Andy Baker, as always, on a Tuesday night. And it's 3NRG 99.3 FM.
I'm rolling into Hamburg. I've been away for oh so long. Been traveling around this countryside, so far from my home. I'm a million miles from your sweet smile, but you're always on my mind. Don't you know that you make me feel like the fortunate kind? trains and driving. I've climbed up many miles. I close my eyes and all I see is your sweet smile. Well, I love the life I'm living. I didn't leave my love behind. Don't you know that you make me feel like the fortunate kind? When I'm gone, I think of you back home. I won't be long, and we won't be so alone. Well, you're waiting there so patiently while I'm out here spending time. Don't you know that you make me feel like the fortunate kind? Well, I count up all my loose change. I'm coming back home. I'll take you somewhere, baby, where we can be alone. While the miles that stretch between us didn't keep you from my mind. Don't you know that you make me feel like the fortunate kind? I'm a million miles from your sweet smile, but you're always on my mind. Don't you know that you make me feel like the fortunate kind? Yes, you do.
Yes, that was Fortunate Kind of Gwyn Ashton's latest release, Radiogram. And to finish off our little package on Gwyn tonight, I'm going to finish off with the latest single off that album, and he's actually doing a film clip for it when he gets back overseas. So, but this will be the next release off the album, and it's called For Your Love, and it's got a bit of a psychedelic edge to it. I quite like it. It's my favourite track on the album, so I think this one's going to be a winner for him and probably chart overseas, I'd say. But you can make up your own minds. It's coming up right now.
Now playing better music variety. Energy FM.
Well, there you go, guys. That was the last track for tonight from Gwyn's Radiogram album. I'm still on air for another 15 minutes, so don't go anywhere. I've got some great songs coming up. But, yeah, that track, For Your Love, is the latest single to be lifted off the Radiogram album. And like I said, it's my favourite, and it's got something about it. It's got that sort of haunting, psychedelic rock blues meets a lot of different styles. So I think that one could actually do it for him overseas. He's hoping it will, and I think it might. Around Germany and Brazil and some of those European countries, I think they'll dig that. But we heard 4 great tracks off the album. I won't spoil it for those going to see him live. Lots of other great songs that he does. And like I said, my only chance, because I'm working as well, is to see him at the Boogeyman Bar. So if you guys want to come along, you'll get to see Gwyn, and I'll get up and do a song with him for sure. And yeah, it'll be just a great night. All right, moving along, I've got that Aussie vibe happening now, and I'm going back to the late 70s, early 80s, and I'm sticking to that for a little bit. And here's a great band called Finch, and I found this track the other day, and I thought, yes, I've got to take this into the studio and play it. Hasn't been played on air for ages. And of course, those who remember Finch are a great band who used to rock around all those Sunday sessions at the Manhattan and Sandown Park and the Matthew Flinders. That was the Sunday sessions there, actually. And just too much to remember now. Not that I remember much about the late 70s and 80s, but they were great times. And one of my favourite personal bands at that time, and I know Gwyn loves them as well, was Finch. And I used to love Owen Orford, the vocalist. He had really long hair and he used to put all the feathers in it, and he just rocked it out, and he was a real front man. They just don't make him like that anymore. He was a true style that I personally like anyway. And this was one of my favourite songs, and I found it, and I thought, yes, I've got to play it again. And some of you haven't heard this for a long time. So here it is. It's called Shortchanged Again by Finch.
I got less than I bargained for.
Ah, yes, that's bringing back a few memories. The grand old Finch, later known as Contraband, of course. And that was shortchanged again. Yeah, I found that the other.
Take us over the road. Train carry the heavy load. And with the electric light takes out the night. Folks for the water like no one made the eye. And I know a man is gonna die. Man thinks about little baby girl and a baby boy. It makes them happy when he buys them toys. And after everything he can get, he makes money, cash, dollar, bills. I know everybody tells me. Nothing without a
Welcome back, guys. It's a little bit of Renegade, and it's a Man's World live. That was going out to Miko. All right, bud. Getting all your comments up there, mate. The aficionado's back in action tonight. He's been able to tune in. So well done, Mick. And I hope you enjoyed my interview, bud. All right. It's my first one, so plenty more to come. So, yeah, looking forward to all that. I tell you what, I'd forgotten to mention that I've personally got a few gigs on myself this weekend. It's come around really quick. The Labor Day weekend. My mind is rattled. But yeah, so anyone out St Andrews Way on Saturday night, I'm doing Andy Bacon and Shooters, which is, of course, straight shooters at the St Andrews pub, and haven't been out there for years. So I'm really looking forward to that. Last time I think I played there was with Call Boys, did it with Men Without Shame, and I think we did it, yeah, we did Hot Chisel as well. Yeah, so it's going to be great to be back there. So that'll be good. And then on the Sunday, being Labor Day Eve, we're at the Burvale Hotel with the Kings of Oz show, and quite a few coming along to that. So that's going to be great as well. So you've got hardcore British and old 60s and 70s rock with the Shooters on Saturday night, and then you got all Aussie with the Kings of Oz on Sunday. So you can take your pick. Hopefully I'll catch you at one of those. And on the horizon, I have another little project called the Andy Baker Band, which will be commencing at the Hidden Alley Pizza Bar venue in South Melbourne in a few weeks' time on a Thursday. That's being the 17th, being my birthday weekend. So that's going to be a ripper. And then on the 21st, 3 days after that, it's my actual birthday at midnight. So we're celebrating that at the Morty with Kings. So lots to look forward to. All right, but you can always look up my gigs and things on Facebook. I mean, it is called Facebook, and that's why I tend to do my advertising on it, and that's basically what it's about. I don't really put up too much personal info. It's not me. Some people beg to differ on that, but I'm not about putting up too much of my personal stuff on Facebook. It's all about fun and happy gigs. It's not all about me. It's just about whoever's interested can look up on my Facebook page, and if you want to come along, you come along, and I'm always more than happy to greet you and show you for turning up and enjoying our music, you know. So that's what it's basically all about, and you're supporting us plus the hotels out there and keeping it all going. So I use Facebook for that medium to pretty much plug what I do, and occasionally put up a little bit of fun stuff and whatever. Other people may choose to use it for other things, but as I always say, it's Facebook, it's your page, and you can do what the hell you ever like on it. So if you don't like it, you don't read it. Simple. But tonight's been a fantastic night. I've had one of the best nights. I really enjoyed talking to Gwyn. I'm looking forward to Thursday and my gigs as well. Join me next week. I'm going to finish off with a song which sums it all up by Richard Clapton. It's called The Best Years of Our Lives. And what he talks about in this song really sums it all up. And it's been a great ride. And for all the musos that have been on it for a number of years, like Gwyn was saying, you know, we were there to sort of taste the roots of it all and the nitty-gritty, dirty pubs, and did it the hard way, but wouldn't have wanted it any other way, you know, with all this technology and everyone just getting on YouTube and becoming instant hits. Good luck, but you'll never get to experience what it's really like to play in those dives, make no money, you know, not being able to afford to pay your rent. But hey, you know, all the big bands did it. You know, the legendary ones in Australia, of course, AC/DC comes to mind, a lot of them. So, you know, we've got one of the best industries in the world. Like Gwyn said, you know, the music here is outstanding and the musicianship is just number one, first class. And we've got some ripping musos in this country, and always had, and there'll be more to come along. So I hope you've enjoyed my show tonight. And I was getting a bit sentimental there. But I'll be back next Tuesday night with another great show. And like I said, hopefully I'll get in touch with Jeff Duff to do a little bit of a talk back with me as well. And I'll go out with this one, which is The Best Years of Our Lives by Richard Clapton. Once again, thanks for listening. Have a great week, and I'll see you at one of the gigs, and good night for now.
All the lines happened to the days way back? The Bondi lightsaber was always raging. Standing here in Oxford Street, and the ghosts are howling. Geez, it's raining. I say, don't waste time. These are the best years of our life. I say, don't waste time. These are the best years of our life. I wish I had been around when the Bondi icebergs rain. Sometimes I sit and think of it, and I dream of better days. Whatever happened to the days way back in the 1930s? All those endless parties. I'm still too young to understand how it was back then. And the party I say, don't waste time. These are the best years of our life. I say, don't waste time. These are the best years of our life.
G'day, I'm Ron Burke. Hope you can join me each Wednesday morning from 6 until 9. Some of my regulars, the Herald Sun's John Anderson on sport,